moving out from ISP into the civvy street, as I call it, I was very clear on a couple of things. I wanted, like the fighting arm versus the supporting arms in the army, I was trying to define what's the fighting arm equivalent in the civvy street where you have higher risk, higher returns, you move faster. And what I understood was that was always going to be when you own a business or you run a business, starting with sales, managing top lines, bottom lines. So higher risk, but everything else then you have to support you, all the other functions. So that was something I was very clear on when I was graduating from ISB. A couple of offers, levers, I know day one came my way for area sales manager for the North, which was a good lateral move. And then came Sun Microsystems. I remember meeting up with one of my mentors, Bhaskar Pramanik then. And so I joined Sun into a sales role. And then every 2 years, 2.5 years, moved up, government, defense, North India, etc., etc. Post Sun, 6.5 years with Sun, fantastic company, loved it. We were actually changing the game out there, and then moved into Microsoft for a couple of years, which was again good. That was the pre-Satya time. We were transitioning, at Microsoft. Then moved to Adobe because I personally felt that there would be a lot more. I enjoy change. I enjoy turning around companies. I enjoy scaling companies, businesses. So I think Adobe was more because we were then transitioning into a cloud company, very early days. And I just found that piece really exciting, right? Because rather than doing the Me Too and scaling 5 percentage points, but if you can get an opportunity to turn around something from the base. So that was the advent into Adobe, 7.5 years at Adobe. Fantastic, because we transitioned from a on-premise creative cloud company into one of the biggest success stories in history. A lot of learnings, and again, I can dive into it as we move on. Post Adobe was, of course, I have this startup bug that hits me. I think I used to be called an entrepreneur in a large company. So that's the way I was titled by our CEO in Adobe every time. But so I got into a startup after that in Singapore, a little over a year and a half, I think. Shorter stint, a company called Resultix, where we were setting footprint across various continents. Again, good learning. COVID hit, came back to India to take over SAP. And again, what I found exciting about SAP was, of course, fantastic company, blue-eyed, unmatchable, 5 decades of, and I'll talk about SAP, but what was most exciting were that we're at a stage where we want to transition again from everything that we've done for the last 5 decades into a cloud company, which to me is nimble, agility, nimbleness. So that was SAP, and that's where we are today. But again, I can dive deeper into any of these sections as we move on.